actually had a moment at a festival in August last year. My friends were dancing like crazy and I could not keep up with them. I had struggled with COVID and depression and packed on some weight during that time where I just decided enough. I have been taking the once a day since around November. I travel several times a month for work, and it can be really hard when you're not sure what you're supposed to be taking. You're doing a bunch of research online. You're not sure if it's right or wrong. So you end up buying God knows how many bottles from Amazon. And I would literally either pack an entire Ziploc gallon bag of the bottles, or I would try to count out each of the bottles and put them in Ziploc baggies, and then I would lose track of which was which, and I wouldn't know how many I was supposed to take, and it was a mess. So having just the packet and being able to just count, I'm gonna be gone for 4 days, count the 4, put them in the medicine bag. It just works really, really well for me, and it helps me stay accountable to myself and stay on track, which was something I was really struggling with before. For me, being able to have the convenience and know and trust a product instead of guessing, especially as someone who, like I mentioned, travels a lot. I am in enterprise sales. I sell software and it's high stress. I constantly am being told by my naturopath that my cortisol levels are high. I deal with estrogen imbalance from stress-related issues, and I struggle with sleep. And so all of these things combined, they impact me deeply. And then when you're also having to put in so much effort to try to research and figure out and go to so many different doctors, like your GP never takes you seriously, right? You go to a hormone panel, they tell you everything's fine, and it's not, you know it's not. And it just felt like no one was taking me seriously. Look at all of that, because there's so much packed into this little packet, and it's so easy. In comparison, the ease of this is brilliant. And I can't believe that I get all of these things in one pack, in one little 2-minute thing that I do in the morning for myself. And if you can't take 2 minutes for yourself, then you probably need to reevaluate some things, you know? So I made some diet changes, and then I also just was able to start working out more because I started to have a little bit more energy, and all 3 of those things together have really snowballed. I'm at a point now where I'm down over 35 pounds. I'm sleeping on average 6.5 to 7 hours a night, which is like 3 hours more than I was averaging this time last year. I do feel like I am well on my way to being back to a person that when I experience myself out in the wild, when I take a 30,000 foot view and look down on my life, I actually recognize who I am. I lost her for a minute. I did. I put her down for too long. Happy to be back. We were just talking about how busy life is, right? Like, you run a motorcycle group and you volunteer at the homeless shelter and you work full time and you maintain a relationship and you maintain a network, and God forbid the people that are doing kids. I don't even know, like super people out there doing that. And it's just hard. It's hard and it's busy. And if you can make it a little bit easier for yourself, I think everybody's worth that, you know? So, very grateful.